Well, nice seeing the Camino. Nice meeting Leon. Albergue is right there, so it's really convenient. It was right next door to the Leon Cathedral. My friend is going to be about 20 minutes behind me. I'm going to get going. Day 22. Walking 20 kilometers and riding 12 at the bus, hopefully. We'll do that at the end. All right, let's get the road. That is a cigüeña, a stork flying by. So when you see the name of the town with the red line crossing off, it means you're leaving that town. And usually underneath it, sometimes not, it'll give you the name of what you're entering if you're entering a new town. Otherwise, it might be just that, and that's it. So I had a nice coffee and toast at a corner bar that was open. And making my way out of Leon officially now. It's still a very busy place, conglomerate of towns. It's a beautiful day. Taking my sweet time walking. I usually start out at a comfortable pace. I never hurry up unless I'm really cold and I want to warm up. But I got my puffy on. It's 45. Feels like 45. Walking the side of the street with the sun. It's really nice. Cute little doggy. Buen día. Hola. So we're going from town to town, but they're all connected to each other. This is La Virgen del Camino. It's like you don't know where it ends when it starts. It's all good.
They don't have machines.
Caminos, peregrinos on the caminos. Alternate. We're not doing the alternate. Just gorgeous. Nature appreciation morning. More than halfway there. Just one more town and then my town is next. A lot more than halfway. So I'm having a tortilla, bread, Coke, and chilling out. A very nice bar. Nobody's hardly here. This is a little bit to the left of the main road, so that's probably why. It's amazing. You have about, 20 people together, and all of a sudden, nobody for a while. So they are in groups, and I am so glad I'm by myself. I'd rather have by myself any day. I just love walking on my own by myself. So it is probably not lonely at all. And my friend is somewhere in the back, I think. When I get to the bus stop after 20 kilometers, I don't know if she'll catch up with me, but the buses happen every 20 minutes. I give her explicit information, pictures, everything. So I'm hoping she's going to be okay. This brings to my attention, there's two things that are extremely important when you're backpacking by yourself or not. First, your feet, the right shoes, the right weight, and shoes, weight, and the distance that you cover a day. Super important. And the second thing is navigation. If you don't know where you're going, that's terrible. I know people come here and follow the yellow signs. It is not just about following the yellow signs. When you're in town, many of the yellow signs send you to an albergue or to a bar in town. That's probably not as bad as the alternates. Without a map, there are like 4 or 5 apps that show you the caminofrances. Get one. Get a data plan or get whatever, because you will need to know where you're going. A lot of the people depend on others. A lot of the people think that the arrows are good enough. When you get to the alternate, there's always a bunch of people trying to figure out which way to go. They don't have the maps. They don't have anything. They might even have a picture of maybe a Google Earth or some strange stuff. Nothing with GPS or navigation. You need to know where the alternate is taking you, where it's going to put you back. You need to know what towns you're going through, especially if you want to get to an albergue or take a bus or anything to get you more distance. Without that, you just don't know where you're freaking going. I mean, it's starting to really not upset me, but just concern me with a lot of the people. It's like, why is it that navigation is not as critical? Why? Why isn't it as critical? Tell me. Here's the schedule for the bus. So, ALTA is the regional bus line that takes you from town to town outside of Lyon. So, and I'm watching all the pilgrims walking. I have 7 miles to get to my destination, and that is about I don't know, I do about 24 or so minutes a mile. So you can imagine that 7 miles, I got a ways to go. So I'd rather take the bus for the last 12 kilometers, which is like 7 miles. So I am at the bus stop waiting, and I missed the 11:58 bus by nothing. Too bad. The 1 o'clock doesn't exist. I guess that's lunchtime. So the next bus is at 2. So that for me it's a 1 hour wait. It took me a little bit of time to walk to the bus stop once I arrived at town. So let's see. My options are wait for an hour to catch the bus. That takes about 15 minutes to get to the town. It's like 12 kilometers. It takes the bus 15 minutes. But it takes me like 3 hours. So I can't figure out the math very well. I'm very confused, but I am comfortably sitting at the bus stop. It's shaded. It has an overhead for wind and rain, and kind of nice. I had a snack. I had a banana. I'm getting all the water that I can get. I think I'm going to be running out of water pretty soon. So that's the life of a pilgrim. I do have reservations. I can just walk forever, and when I get there, I get there, even if it's like 3 or 4 o'clock. But what I don't like is walking extra, and then the next day my legs hurt. So 7 extra miles plus 12 is 19 miles. It's a little more than what my legs are happy with. I normally walk up to 15 miles. So I think I'll just wait for the bus and relax. I have a bar to eat, and I'll finish out my water. So life is good. They do have a sign here for a taxi. So I figure, why not? Give it a whirl. So I gave the taxi guy a call. Apparently, it's 19 kilometers for him to drive here. So the cost for him to drive here to get me and take me to the opposite direction and then head back home, the whole thing is 50 euros. I was like, wow, never mind. I'll just wait for the bus. Wow. So 19 kilometers to get here for him to drive 12 and then head back to his location. And that is the only taxi in this entire region. The taxi is right outside of Lyon. Yeah, it's a long ways out. I wish I had more taxi companies, but nope. So, sightseeing is nice. I'm very comfortable here. All I wish is for some ice cream. That would be ideal. Sounds out of the beaten path. It's really nice. So now I am at the town and I'm gonna head for the hostel. The bus came like an hour early. There wasn't supposed to be a 1:30 bus, but there was. Well, I'm happy about that. The schedule changes all the time, so can't really go by what's on the paper. Just show up and wait. We got the church. It must be 2 o'clock. So I'm going slightly out of the way. The albergue is that way, but I just had to check out the bridge. Made all out of stone. The church over there. Very long bridge. But there's no water except that canal. Interesting. On this side. Very sweet. Okay, well, that's the end of my day. We went to a restaurant nearby and we had paella with seafood and it was very delicious. Paella. Muy rico. Yum.
Bon appetit.
Con mariscos. It smells wonderful. And so that concludes my day. I found my friend. She had taken the bus after 7 miles and I did all 12. And then so I met her over here and all is good. So, and tomorrow we go to Astorga and we have 16 kilometers. It's a little bit less, and that's because we couldn't get anything further, like around 20 kilometers. So I booked it a little sooner instead of more miles. So, and we're booked all the way until Tuesday now because we got some ups and downs. Some of the ups is pretty steep up and down. So instead of doing the 20 kilometers, we're going to bring it down a little bit, 16. Well, we have all the straight ups and straight down, and we'll just be doing all that in 2 days. And then it kind of flattens out for a day. And then the next 2 days is even bigger, the climb. So we're breaking that into 2 days too. So I already looked at ahead of the game and made the reservations so that we can keep it a little bit lower. And I was still my backpack forward. So now that I have a room reserved, I can do that. So, it'll just be a day hike, slap packing the climbs that we have the next couple of days. So we'll do that for the following climb as well. So that's the plan, my plan. So, and I will be talking to you tomorrow. Have a nice evening.